Hey, besties. Let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? Woo, honey. The Braxtons, season 7 and 8 came together. Now, do I make two separate videos or do I make one long one? Just one long one, right? I got so much to say, besties. Hang in there with me. I'm going to be all over the place and I'm going to need you to hang on. Trust me, we're going to have fun and it's going to be funny, but you got to hang in there. Welcome, besties. You are now behind the shade and thanks for joining me. I recap your favorite reality shows weekly. Now let's kiki and ha ha and get into another or the last two episodes of the Braxton season 2, episode 7 and 8. Episode 7 is Walking Down the Hall. You know, that's Tawanda's new last name if she takes it. That's Sean's last name. And episode 8, Malibu Mayhem. I had to get some water, child. How will we rate this week's episodes? The 2 for 1. Okay. Episode 7, bah. Episode 8, thumbs up. Besties, drop down in the comments and let me know what you thought about the 2 episodes. Please like my video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and make sure your notification bell is on so that way you know each and every time I post my content. Now do me a solid and subscribe, subscribe. That's all I'm asking. Okay, let's get into this first episode. Tawanda's wedding. I have heard some interesting comments. I will be putting that in with my commentary. Yeah, because it was funny. I heard some things, honey. But let me just begin by saying Sean is fine. Oh, baby. Sean is fine. You hear me? Now, when he proposed to Tawana, he had gained all that COVID weight. He had put on at least about 40, 50 pounds. But baby, he did a whole makeover. Now, that's what the woman's supposed to be doing, right? But no. In this case, Tawanda gonna wear the pants. She gonna be bald-headed. She looks beautiful, but like some comments and some besties has said, they wish she would wear a wig sometimes. They wish she would have wore a wig for her wedding. They both could have been in their wigs. Because Sean lost weight. He dyed his beard because you can tell that beard was not that black when he proposed. And he was on a stage with plenty of lights. He is Beijinging that beard and that weave is, black. It's number 1. Not 1B, but 1. Okay. But honey, baby, sugar mama, I'm not going to hold you. The man is fine. He is fine. Okay. What else do I want to say? Let's talk about the daughter's hair. Now, I remember in episode 1 or 2 back, Tawanda told that girl to change her hair. You are not wearing that blue, that electric royal blue, them faux locks with them platinum bangs in the front, covering up your face, and you wearing glasses. But she said, bump you, mom. I'm doing what I want to do. And what is this fascination with Tawanda and these cowboy boots? She was working them white ones once, twice, 3 times. Then she had some purple ones for the wedding. Speaking of purple and wedding, her wedding overall, it was very well attended, but it just wasn't giving wedding to me. It was giving party. I'm just having a theme party of brown and purple. two colors. Eh, eh, in my opinion, a lot of people that didn't like the color scheme. I think that maybe she needed to add gold to it to bring it together. I did love the hummingbirds where she incorporated Tracy. And a lot of people are like, why are you trying to honor Tracy now? When she was alive, you was treating her like crap. I said, oh, that's probably why when she started crying, when that glass broke, that was Tracy going, stop it, stop the madness, stop it, stop it. And they said it, so that's that on that. Now, I guess it was a wedding. I know her and her mama, no, her and her dad, they sure was walking down that aisle pretty fast. I was like, there was no dumb, the dumb, dumb. I mean, how does it dumb, the dumb? Girl, wait, let me get the. Why can't I get it? It's Friday night. Why can't I get the wedding dumb, the dumb, dumb? You know what I'm trying to say. Dum, dum, da dum, 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 da dum. They were just walking. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, marching. Oh, did I say marching? Oh, because the wedding was in March. Uh-huh. Let's get to that. The timing of this wedding and everything, it just looked intentionally rushed for some reason. Just it had negativity all wrapped around it, right? First of all, you trying to get married right around Tamar's birthday so she can't come. I guess that was your motive. Okay, she wasn't invited. You don't like her. Okay, but not okay. Could it have been to where she could have came and just not been in the wedding? And then she would have got mad and wouldn't have came to the wedding. But wouldn't you felt better had you just invited her and didn't make her a part of the bridal party? And then maybe she'll get an attitude because she's the brat and then she don't come. You know what I'm saying? Mm. Sometimes you gotta play. But okay, so you didn't want her to come. That was terrible because she's your sister, right? And this will pass. But where was the other family members? Y'all, like, where was? Why did you have to have this wedding not only to inconvenience Tamar and throw her off and block her from coming? That's mean and dirty to Wanda. But your nephew graduated in LA. You couldn't go to that. Nobody went to Denham's graduation. Your son was graduating. You wasn't there either. And for what I remember, Andre is not an active parent. So it's not like, oh, we decided Andre and his side of the family will show up and be there for Braxton. But even if that was the case, you're his mother. You didn't feel like you should have been at your own child's graduation. You knew when he went that he was going to graduate. You had to have this wedding on this particular day. It just seemed like it needed to wait. Okay. Your son wasn't there. And okay, so Tamar's not invited. Where was Logan? No Logan? No Logan. Not his mama, not him. Not your son. And we saw that Denham was being fitted for the wedding, but we saw Diesel at the wedding. Where was Denham? Did he make it? Huh? What about you care about Tracy so much? You love your sister. You got hummingbirds hanging everywhere. Where was her son? Scratchy. I guess his name is Kevin Jr. Where was he at? Huh? Can't hear you, Tawanda. Where was your brother? I mean, I wouldn't have mind if they were there with their faces blurred. but you know, your family wasn't there. Where was Birdman? Where was Mr. Braxton's wife? Where was Mikey's? Does Mikey just have Ashley as a daughter now since he lost Lauren? I think her name was. I think he has some more kids. When they went to dinner like last season, remember they went to. It was some more men at that table. It's the boys in the family. Where were those boys at? Uh-huh. You got more nieces, more nephews. This family is wacky. This family is wacky. It's just wacky. But honey, Sean is fine. Sean is fine. And the episode should have been called Where's Trina? Where's Trina? Where's Trina? Who I ain't gotta hear that no more. But glad we got to tonight. So let me begin with the episode. Okay, y'all. Tamar and them titties. Girl, she pulled them up in the confessional. They just spewing all over the place. Girl, get it together. Get comfortable with them. Get into it. So the episode begins. Tamar goes to the studio. She's working on her latest EP. It was supposed to come out this summer. I don't know if it did. I don't think it did, but I'm not sure. I know that what the video with Mendices was in it. Is that? I don't know what's going on. But she's working with this producer named Tricky. Her new single will be You on You. Okay. Besties, let me know if the EP came out. I don't know. So she has let us know, honey, she has poured herself into this project. And honey, she wants to bring home a Grammy. And Tricky is like, that's what I'm on too, boo. So over with Tawanda, the bridal party is finished doing the rehearsal and they are seated because they're going to have a casual dinner. From what I saw, I just saw salad and fried calamari. Okay. She said it's going to be casual. I'm like, yeah, but that was probably just the first course. Trina orders a strong island. Trina, you and that drinking, honey, you going to have to get it together, baby. So Tawanda and Sean said they're not going to see each other after tonight. The next time they see each other will be at their wedding. That's what me and my husband did. I loved it, but then I broke the rule. I couldn't help it. Back to them. Enough about my nasty self. So Miss E says, their dad was greedy. If y'all want to know why they just 15 months apart, he was greedy and that had nothing to do with her. And I was like, Miss E, just stick to God is good. Just stick to that. You do good with that one. I was like, is she drunk? Is Miss Evelyn, have you been drinking, ma'am? 15 months apart ain't that big a deal. Now, if they were 9 months apart, 10 months apart, yeah. 15, that says he gave you time to heal, Miss Evelyn. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with his pullout game is weak. That's all. So Tawanda, the next day, Tawanda is fussing about a parking space because she pulls up, the day of the wedding. She got her daughter in the car. She got 2 friends and a whole bunch of decorations and stuff. She can't find a place to park. And if you guys remember, her person, I don't know if it was a planner or a coordinator, but she told everybody, gave them instructions she said, I don't care what anybody tells you. Do not park in the parking lot. Park at the parking garage. I remember hearing that. But of course, one of Fine Sean's groomsmen parked there. But he was like, okay, yeah, let me move. I'm good. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. And then Tawana's making such a big deal out of it. Calm down, boo. You don't need to be a bridezilla today. Everything is okay. Okay. Cool. So, okay. Tawanda has a moment. She's crying because she's thinking about Tracy and she is boo hooing. I had to keep it together because it's Tawanda, as you know. Yeah. So she's crying about missing her sister. You know, it's one of those moments. You're having a event of your life. You wanted everybody to be here, and she's not. Now, I don't know how you would have been treating her because y'all didn't treat her that well. I ain't gonna lie, but she was a good. She was fun, and she is missed on this show because I think Tracy and Tamar carried the show. So she's crying, having a moment. Trina's getting ready to have a moment. She was like, "No, I'm good. I'm good." And then a glass breaks. And they're like, "Oh, that's Tracy telling us to stop crying." And, da, 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 da. And I was like, it's Tracy saying something. I don't know, but she's saying something. And that was good. So the wedding starts, you know, the men walk down. Sean walks his fine self down. We see a little glimpse of his dad. And then the dad is standing there. Mr. Braxton stands there. And so here go Ding Dong. Daddy, walk. Trina, he can't walk. And they're like, he's waiting on Tawanda, duh. And she's like, oh, okay, okay. It's like, girl, woo, girl, the girl should be wearing blonde hair. Her and her mother should switch wigs. Because, baby, Tony is about as dingy as they come. And why she can't ever stay nowhere for long? Oh, because I'm not going to be here that long. Why she always got to go? Like, you can't never just be there for your sister. These people were your backup singers, Tony, especially Tawanda. She was your backup singer and your manager or assistant. Like, you know what? The least you can do, it's the little things. And it's so much you didn't do for Tawanda. You were supposed to put on the bridal shower. You didn't do that and didn't even come. You didn't go to Tulum to the bachelorette party. Sit your butt down and you stay there and you be the last one. Matter of fact, lock the door on your way out. You ain't leaving early. I'm sick of it. Tony, you two, calm down, calm it down. And how come your husband wasn't at this wedding? So I like that Ding Dong did go in her confessionals, was talking about how she did call Tamar, and Tamar like, nope, I'm not coming. I wasn't invited. And so, you know, Tony says, you know, pride is something I can't afford. I ain't got time to be. And I'm like, you know what? I wish you would have shared that with Tawanda. Because that's what Tawanda is surviving on. She's full of pride. She is full of pride. And then when you get married in love, and then the sister you don't like is divorced twice or maybe twice. Remember the white boy and then Vince? Yeah, you probably really full of pride. Like, because you know, I said previously, Tawanda is a have not. Tamar is a have. When a have not got something over you, oh girl, it's about to be. Oh, honey, she ain't up, honey. Tawanda gonna ride that donkey, child. She got something over Tamar, honey. So, you know, Tamar is not filming with them because she's not at the wedding. So she's talking to her medium friend, and she says that she did talk to Tony, and Tony and Trina agreed to go on a sisters retreat because that was recommended by the friend and Phil. So what happened was Tamar went to lunch with Tony. It was Tony, and I don't know if y'all caught the glimpse of Logan, but he was sitting next to Tony. They kind of had him out, but you could see his hair and that big old fat cheek. So Tony's boys were there sitting with Tamar, and then Logan was sitting with Tony, and they had lunch. And so Tony was like, I think I'll come to that. See what I'm saying, y'all? I've already told y'all. Tony picks and chooses where she gonna go and what she gonna do. She picks and she chooses. But I'm glad she chose this because this is important. And plus, she wants everybody to heal too, right? So Trina wants everyone. No, so the medium is telling Tamar because she wants to kind of know where they coming from and how they feeling or whatever. So the medium says Trina wants, you know, she wants closure. She wants you to say sorry. She wants to heal. She wants everyone to be accountable so you can move forward. And so she also says that Tony wants everyone to heal again. Tamar wants to get along again. And the medium says, Tawanda just going through some changes. And what I hope that her being married now brings her so much happiness in her life and her heart and her private parts that she can kind of go, okay, let me work this out with, Tamar. But in the working out, the conversation has to go past, I'm sorry for whatever, and I love you. It needs to go further than that. It needs to go into how do we move forward? That's what Tamar asked later on the next episode. The way you move forward is you have to establish and announce your boundaries. I think it would be so much better once you tell Tamar, give her instructions. Just like that lady told people where to park, not to park, give Tamar instructions. You can, and I think Trina did that. You can no longer get mad at me, confront me, talk to me crazy, embarrass. Tell her, like, if you have something you want to say, call me, come to me one on one, and we can talk. Something like that. But whatever she was doing that you didn't like, tell her that can't. Give her some instructions. Shoot, that's how you get changed behavior. Otherwise, it's just going to repeat itself and it'll be weird or it won't be genuine, it won't be authentic. But these sisters have no way. Like once they say sorry, they're back to how they used to be. And I love that for Tamar and Trina. Tony, she's all, no one is mad at her, which I don't know why well, we do know why, because she's Tony the Braxton. I'm just going to assume since she had to file bankruptcy twice, clearly she's taking care of people. And you fill in the blanks on who it is. So that's what they want. And so I hope the best. I think anyway. I just hope that Tawanda, once she gets established in this marriage and she's can check off the list of things that she wasn't able to do, or Sean can heal the pain that Andre left behind. I hope Tawanda will want to become a better sister, a better mother, because how you out here got this boy succeeding and getting accolades and in the Navy and you not there. Oh, you is something. Oh, I don't know. No. So Tamar tells her friend that she has no pride when it comes to resolve. Very good, Tamar. So you can see there's some therapy is working. I love that. Tamar apologizes to us, to her sisters, for being very emotional, so emotional that she couldn't have a sensible conversation. Exactly. They need to hear that, Tamar. And she's sorry that she did not remind them that they're sisters and they shouldn't have, she should have been irate with them. Is that what I wrote? Yep, that's it. And so I'm like, yeah, because resolving things doesn't happen if you acting a fool and can't apologize, Tamar. And I think Tamar's message is right, but her delivery is wrong. And that's why that's why Tawanda's like, I'm good. That delivery will do it every time. Like, you just be up there just rambling and talking off the cuff, off the side of your neck. You need to chill, Pisces. And I'm like, you have to resolve comes in peace. It comes in calmness. It comes in love. It comes in hearing the hard conversations about yourself. You have to take the criticism and you can't walk off and shut people off and hang up the phone and don't respond to a text. See it through, right? The word is resolve, okay? So, child. Vaughn is sick because he can't stop eating off the floor. So remember, he was eating off the floor the last time we saw him. Now he on the verge of having a heart attack, maybe a stroke. Child, his kidneys are failing. And the heart ain't pumping blood. And you know what happens? Limp peen. And baby, Trina look like she still like to get it in. Okay. So Vaughn left. I don't know how he got to the house. I guess Tawanda took him. Not Tawanda, sorry. Trina must have took him to the hospital. So they slip out the wedding and they leave. She gets him, rush him to the hospital. So Tawanda's like, where's Trina? Where's Trina? Where's Trina? And it's just like, oh, Tawanda has abandonment issues, or she just has a middle child syndrome really bad, because she is looking and trying to hang on to that one sister that she's very close to. Where is Trina? Where is Trina? Where is like, shut up. How about there go Sean? There go Sean. There go Sean. Child. Now, Miss Evelyn and Mr. Larry. Child, Miss Evelyn just seems like she just feels so awkward around this man. She doesn't know him. This is their second time hooking up. But she was so excited when Tawanda and Sean hooked her up. She was like, oh, blessed be the God. Thank you, Jesus. You found me a date, so I don't have to go to this wedding and be alone and look at my ex-husband with his wife. Hallelujah, yes, okay. Then when she met him, it seemed like, okay, Mr. Lee, he's cute. Look like, she gave him the green light. But here she is acting all, maybe she's busy, emotional at the wedding because it's her baby getting married. One baby is not there and another one has passed on. So maybe she's in some feelings, feeling some kind of way about some things. But she's not telling us that. We just got to go off what she's saying, right? Child. She telling him he look good, but she ain't giving him no eye contact. And that's what I don't like. Like, girl, get through the day. He's here for you. Enjoy him. Then production ask her about him. Well, you ask him more about him than I want you to. Like, he's nice, okay? He's positive. He's nice. We might see each other again. I don't know. Okay. She is, ooh. Okay, girl. Tony asked, Miss E, she wanted some advice on what she should do because Tawanda just run around talking about where is Trina? Where's Trina? So she asked her mom, like, should I tell Tawanda now, later? What you think? Because Trina's at the hospital with Vaughn. So Mama E said, tell her after the wedding. Nope, don't tell her now because it ain't gonna make a difference. Tell her after the wedding. So, okay. So, the wedding goes on. They got to cut the cake. Ooh, did y'all see them pillows and purple pillows? That was so ugly. What was the theme behind that? Because what did her daughter have on? Ooh, she was ugly. And besties, I don't care. Don't come on here talking about I'm not up. Shut up. This is a show. We just here recapping what we see. I didn't like the daughter's hair, the glasses. She could have worn contacts. She could have kept that hair, but let them do a updo, boot them bangs over in that dress. But she has a type. She's eclectic. And okay, fine. But do some with that hair. I don't know. The cake was, I don't have to like that. Trina's dress is okay, but it didn't say wedding. Her hair accessories, that was cute, but it should have, a wig would have been okay. But I like what she had going on. But I just wish sometimes she would wear one in the confessionals. I think it would have been so bad if she had, how they have a different look when they're doing confessionals. Maybe Tawana should have had on a wig then. But if she's dealing with her alopecia, she's okay. I'm okay with it. Fine with me, honey. So, the cakes, the pillows stacked up. Ugh. Ugh. So now Tony trying to deflect from where's Trina. So she's like, I want to do the electric slide. Tell everybody let's do the electric slide. So she gets up, thanks everybody for coming. She's trying to, occupy space. And they all do the electric slide. Even Mr. Larry Child was getting it in, honey. So Oh, and I think that was it. Oh, that was it, y'all. Okay, we're at 29 minutes. I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut this video off. What y'all think? I don't know if I could. Ooh, I don't know. I got so. Ooh, I feel like cutting this video off. I don't think I can go. Maybe I could try 15 more minutes. Okay, episode 8. Trina has a hard time apologizing because what them sisters do to Tamar, they gaslight Tamar. Word up. This is episode 8, Mayhem, Malibu Mayhem. They all gaslight Tamar. Tamar can be a lot of things, and I think what the issue between Tamar and Tawanda is, Tamar's the baby. She's a brat. When she came along, they didn't feel like raising her. She got away with a lot of stuff. Something happened to her. Remember, someone touched her inappropriately, and I believe the way they dealt with it was shh, let her do whatever she gonna do. Even in this episode, Tony told Trina at the end, "Oh, let her. Just don't say that. Let her." That's how Tamar been getting by. Now, Tawanda, she's the middle child. So I think with Tamar, she wants to be heard. That's why she's loud. She's wrong, but not all the time. And she's aggressive. And she says stuff offbeat, don't make sense. Spray your business. Because she kind of did it in this episode. Tawanda, the forgotten middle child, because I believe it's Tony, Mikey, Tracy, RIP, Tawanda, Trina, Tamar. So Tawanda's the middle. Her and Tracy was the middle, but she's the younger middle. And now she's the middle. So Tawanda is the forgotten child. She wants to be seen, and she's missed a lot because she's forgotten about. So you got Tamar wants to be heard, and Tawanda wants to be seen. And that's where the clashing is. That's where they clash. So let me try and hurry up, child. So I see Trina here has a hard time apologizing. She gonna stand on business because they like to gaslight Tamar. And she's siding with Tawanda. So when she came in to the retreat, which we know she was gonna be defensive, right? She was gonna be defensive. Her energy was tight. Tamar called her out and said she was full of anxiety and all that. And so Tony comes in, she just wrong and don't say nothing. She don't like talking. She rather you just don't say nothing. And Tamar be like, that's not my way. Okay. So what we do know about the incident at the table, Tamar was wrong for what she said about Tony's husband. Remember, she accused Tawanda of stealing $50,000. Tawanda said, no, I only stole 35. I'm like, wow, you admitted to something. Well, who paid for that wedding? Tawanda, We TV, or Tamar? But so you remember, and then Tawanda said that these teens, child. So Tawanda said that Tamar slept with 2 of Tony's ex-boyfriends. Tamar put it back on Tawanda. So later on in the conversation, then Tamar said, does that mean I'm sleeping with Birdman? And honey, Tony jumped up, child. And so I just feel like Tony owes Tamar an apology also. And I believe Tony gaslights everybody in the family. So the episode begins. I believe like Tawanda said they finally, Tony finally told Tawanda where Trina was. Tawanda was like, you should have told me a long time ago that I wouldn't have been running around all night asking where she was. I could have handled that. Okay, sure, okay. So Vaughn and Trina are at the hospital. They're going to see the doctor, okay? And she look like she don't play. She didn't read your charts and seen everything, and she is mad at you, Vaughn. So Trina snitches on Vaughn and tells the doctor that he ordered fried catfish on his way to the doctor. He was like, well, I was hungry. This is a young black woman, honey, with red hair, honey, and she is not playing with Vaughn. And she pretty much told him, when stuff gets to me, you know what that means? That means you are unalived when I get your stuff. So you need to get it together. She was like, your heart is bad. You got to do better. Now your kidneys are failing. She said, you not pumping. If that heart ain't pumping, your wee ain't going to be pumping. And he looking like, oh, okay. So she like, you need to change or you're going to have heart surgery or you're going to pass away. Take your pick. So then on the way out, Trina compliments her on the red hair. And then Vaughn says, is that Kool-Aid? And she says, get out. I don't want to see. Don't come back. And she laughed. And I like that Vaughn has a sense of humor because he always seemed a little, that. But we see he kind of has a little, a little personality coming out or whatever. So they get to the retreat in Malibu. And so Tamar's asking, how was Tawanda's wedding? It was nice. She go on a honeymoon when she get back from her honeymoon. We don't know. They like, oh, y'all don't know. She's like, Oh, so y'all don't talk? She was like, I didn't say that. She's just not phone answery right now. And then Tony was like, yeah, it took her 2 months. Child, what? 2 hours to return her text. And so in Tony's confessional, she said she's glad she came on the retreat because sisterhood is more important than circumstance. And I take that back. I think Trina said it. So Tony tells us that she regrets that she lost her cool at that table. And I'm like, you need to tell that to Tamar, not us. Tell it to Tamar. So I was wondering, besties, was this retreat around Tamar's birthday? Because remember, Tawanda got married the weekend before Tamar's birthday. Tamar's birthday was like in the middle of the week. And I don't know, was this retreat like her birthday weekend, or was it the next weekend, or was it a month later? I don't know. But I'm assuming it was close to the wedding because Tawanda was on her honeymoon. And where did she go? And who paid for that? Huh. Tamar, you better check your credit cards, honey. First, it was the family plan for the cell phones. Next is gonna be a whole honeymoon and a wedding, or a ball, or a theme party. It looked like a party more than a wedding, but good luck to you and your fine husband. So Tamar surprises them, child. She's like, I got somebody's missing. I got a surprise guest. They like, who coming? Oh my God. Child, I said they scared it's gonna be Ashley. And it should have been. That's playing, but they all was looking. Trina and Tony was looking like, oh my God. I'm like, yeah. Don't let Ashley come around that corner. What y'all gonna do then? But it was a blow up doll. It was standing in as Tawanda. And yeah, that was funny. So then Tamar brings up Birdman's name and them being married or whatever. So Tony says she is not comfortable talking about her, and she stopped. Did y'all catch it? She was about to say her husband, and she laughed, and they all laughed. And then Trina whispered, are we talking about that? And she's like, no. And so Trina is being a little uptight because, she hanging around that Tamar. She don't know what's going to happen. And she's, pumped up full of Tawanda. She's team Tawanda. So, yeah. So Tamar brings up Trina's high blood pressure because she said it was caused by stress. And, she's acting uptight. And, Tamar like, can you just, get comfortable, calm down. I'm your sister. We're here to heal and love each other. Bring it down. So Trina's like, she didn't want her high blood pressure issue to be sprayed all over the television. So they have a little back and forth and back again. And Tony wants Tamar to say, okay, like stop arguing with your sister. And Tamar tells Tony, that's your way, not mine. Tony's like, oh, okay. Trina says she would discuss this issue off camera. I'm like, well, girl, your man, why your man could almost have one foot in the grave, and we can talk about him, but we can't talk about you. Birds of a feather. Y'all in that kitchen cooking together. Y'all both leaving out that kitchen with issues. So why is his not a secret, but yours is? We want to know. So it's time to go to the sound bath. Child, y'all want me to do my sound bath? Hold on. Trina ain't with it. She's all about Jesus Christ. She ain't into all this stuff. So they go to the sound bath. The blow up doll comes too. I think she changed clothes because Tony told Tamar she don't like them clothes you got her in. So honey, Tamar put on some more clothes. So Tamar says that Tracy wants them to be closer, but they have failed at that because they wasn't even close when Tracy was sick. Remember, they didn't even tell Tamar. That was so that was so cold. Like you can be mad at people, but it's certain instances that all bets are off. Call your sister. Yeah. What did Tony say? That pride? She said, I cannot afford to have pride. Okay. So Tamar tells the ladies that her sister ain't with the sound bath because it's kind of like a hypnotizing thing. And so yeah, Trina like I don't know what you're doing. You hit that gong and who you praying to? So she sat there, she sat up with her eyes open. The other ladies they laid down on the mat. Even Tawanda closed their eyes. They did it for like 15 minutes. You know, just a little breathe in, breathe out. So as Tamar is trying to explain to the ladies about Trina's spirituality, Trina was like, I can speak for myself. And then Tamar was like, okay, okay. So the sisters are relating and they're about to be back in love again. You can tell it's coming on because everybody's relaxing and respecting each other and trying to be here for one thing, resolve. So they tell us that Trina would drive to Tamar's house every Sunday to watch football. She would bring her whole neighborhood over to Tamar's. They would be eating and drinking beer, watching football all day. But when they got to that table, Tamar and Tony had complimented each other's outfits. And so here go Tony. I just hate when they just big up Tony and treat her like the singing Tony and not the sister. Oh, you came to the table like Tony Braxton. Did y'all see Trina squint? Like, ugh. Did y'all see the have not over there? Where's your cap, Trina, that says almost famous? Uh-huh. Moving on. So Tamar says everything was fine with her and Trina and everybody until the Ashley podcast came up. She said she talked to everyone individually and told them about this. So, like, if they had something to say, that was when they should have said something. Trina said Tamar has displaced anger. Tamar was like, And she told them that she didn't want nothing to do with the Braxtons. This is what Tamar told Trina. You told us, the issue is you told us that you didn't want nothing to do with us. Don't say your name. And because of that paperwork, Tamar said, because of that paperwork, I didn't send you anything. Tamar said, family sent it. Uh-huh. You trying to shut down my business. How can I feed my child when you're trying to shut my business down? I didn't do it. That cease and desist letter came from your attorney, y'all friend, and y'all downplaying it. And I don't think that's right. They are downplaying it. If you didn't do it, because Tony acted like she didn't know nothing about it. But don't downplay it. Tamar's thing is, y'all didn't even defend me in this. She said, I would go broke for y'all if it was y'all. I'd be like, I don't do that to my sister. Where is my help? Where is you guys supposed to defend me? See, Trina says she will not take accountability for Mikey's actions. She didn't say that straight up, but you know, that's what she meant. She said, I didn't do it. Tony, did you know anything? I don't understand this because I'm getting accused of something I didn't do, and I didn't know nothing about it. She said, but Tamar's like, but the thing is, y'all could have said, leave my sister alone. Y'all not hearing Tamar. You guys are being defensive. If you didn't have nothing to do with it, you shouldn't have stayed quiet, Trina. But you know, this is about her deceased husband. She protected him from the grave. And this family is wacky, child. And I don't understand what the sisters don't get. You're supposed to protect her. You're supposed to say, no, brother, that's not what you're supposed to do to your sister. And why y'all couldn't call her and say, don't do it? She probably would have did it anyway, huh? Hey, that's your sister. She raised herself. Y'all let her do whatever she wants. So it just didn't, to me, it just didn't seem like Mikey was trying to be slick and on the under and be quiet about what he was doing. It sounds like he was telling everybody about it. Because at this point, I want you to bring it up to your mama, Tamar. Did she know? She could have said something. What did she have to say? Bring Miss E to the stand, Your Honor. Bring this witness to the stand. We need to hear what she know. Trina said that she did give Mikey the telephone number to her friend, the attorney, but she did not give the attorney Tamar's address. And I'm like, Tamar, like, nope. And I think I'd be more concerned about, who gave him the address? And I'm like, Tamar, Mikey don't have your address? Your brother doesn't have your address? So Tamar apologizes to Tony and says no one showed up for her. Trina brings up the putting hands on her issue. I did not hit Tamar. I did not put hands on you. Trina needed to know, for some reason, if Tamar saw this video already. And Tamar wouldn't answer her. She's just turning it on, looking at it. And it's like, Trina, why won't you shut up and watch the video? So as she's looking at the evidence, Tamar's looking at the evidence, Trina's like, I did not put hands on her. You did. So Trina asked OG if Tamar has seen the video before. And I'm like, why are you asking that? Are you trying to assume that Tamar knows how to edit and cut stuff out? Like, what are you asking that for? So OG says, no one has seen it. No cast member has seen it. This is the first time you're seeing it in live or whatever, real time. So Tamar tells Trina that she's nasty, is rude, and she's a liar. Trina starts speaking in Spanish. Blah, 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 blah. Tamar thinks Trina called her a bia and goes off. Tamar's like, you think you're better than me. What is the issue that you have with me? And it's like, wait, go back. She thinks she's better than you. She's not. Tamar don't think so. Where you get that from, Trina? Because you ain't doing nothing but getting fat. But you happy with your man. Is that a flex? So anyway, she said, what's the issue that you have with me? You're 50 years old. Talk. She said 50 and a half. Shut up, Trina. So they have more back and forth and back again, child. I did not touch you. But Trina, you didn't even look at the video either. I got in between my sisters. And I'm like, who you hollering at, Trina? That's why you got your hair pulled and your sister kicked you. So, and then she's like, you should have, and then Tamar told her, and you should have retaliated. Trina was stuck. She was like, nope, that's not what sisters do. And so Tamar's like, you act like me and Tony was gonna fight. We ain't never had a fight. We wasn't about to fight. Sisters don't do that. Tony like, nuh-uh, because mama raised us better than that. Trina tells Tamar she should not have gotten in Tony's face. And it's like, girl, you ain't even looking at the video. Tony got in her face. And then Tony gonna say, we got in each other's face. No, Tony, you gaslighting heifer. You jumped up, pushed the table, and you got in Tamar's face. That's what my TV told me. Then she rose and got up because what else was she gonna do? You act like you bout it. Or what do Tamar say? Gang gang. Tamar said the bird is rubbing off on Tony. She stood up like gang gang, and then I stood up like gang gang, and then Trina got in between the sisters, and that's when Trina said, I got in between my sisters, and I ain't taking nothing back. I did not touch you. Trina, you did not hit Tamar, but you did touch her. You put your hand in on her chest area to withhold her from charging at Tony. You kind of lightly pushed her. You didn't push her, but you pushed her back just a little so she wouldn't move forward. And the next time, Trina called security, okay? Because you see, Tawanda didn't do nothing, but Tawanda's hand was broke, so she probably reason why she didn't get involved. So Tamar says she regrets putting hands on Trina, but she did take that as a lick. And I'm like, now, Tamar, I get it. No, I get it because you're being passive. And the way she did it was she had her back to Tamar when she was put, like, pushing her, keeping her back. Let's call it keeping her back, not pushing, because pushing means Tamar stepped back or moved. She kept her from moving forward, but she had her back to her and told Tony, you're the celebrity, too good for this. So when people pop off, you don't touch them. You know what I'm saying? When people are knucking and bucking, you need to leave them alone because they see red. And if anybody touches them, they can get it. Okay. And like I said, Tamar needs to be heard. Tawanda needs to be seen. So you didn't hear Tamar. You pushed her. You reached, you turned your back on her, really. And that's why she pulled your wig and she kicked you. Was it right? No, of course not. But it is what it is. Okay, so then Tamar apologizes and asks, where do we go from here? So, honey, everything is all right in the world of the Braxtons, honey. Somebody said they're gonna take baby steps. Miss Evelyn said this is life, And then Tawanda said something very interesting. She said it's life. We're gonna push through with grace. And I said, oh, so you're going to forgive your little sister. And that's what needs to happen. When she talks to Trina, she hears about what happened. She's going to want to know, okay, well, what space? What did Tamar say? Because she's trying to see if she should, move forward. And she's going to. Maybe not now. And I think somebody said that. It's going to take baby steps. Nothing's going to happen tomorrow. It'll happen. I think it will. Because even Tawanda said, push through with grace. And hopefully she has a husband, his fine self. Hopefully he can, tell her, navigate, support her getting back with her sisters. So then Tamar says that she is in her non-offensive era. And, Trina's like, she needed more context. And so she was like, does that mean you're not going to offend or be offended? And she was like, I'm both. Yeah, I'm not going to offend people, and I'm not going to be easily offended either. And that was that on that. And I still stand. If they come back with season 3, it better be some therapy in season 3. And that was that on that, besties. It's 53 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and get off this thing. Ugh, child. But it was a 2-for-1. We got it done. The season is over. I got to come back with Bell Collective, because it's the reunion for Bell Collective, and that'll be done. So I'll be back with another recap, Bell Collective, and then tomorrow will be Love and Marriage Huntsville, and then Sunday will be Potomac. And remember, Married to Medicine starts back November 30th, and Real Housewives of Beverly Hills starts December the 4th. And child, yesterday was the last part of the reunion of OC, baby. I didn't miss nothing. Tamara was arguing with everybody. Gretchen, Shannon, Emily. Ugh, it was insufferable. But guess what, y'all? Vicky is coming back for season 20 of OC. All right, besties, let me get out of here. Bye, besties.